Hello everyone, you're welcome back again. We're going to solve for the value of x and y simultaneously from these two given equations. The first equation we are given square root of x plus square root of y is equal to 8, and the second equation is x minus y is equal to 16. To solve for the value of x and y simultaneously, the first thing we need to do is to name the equation. So we're going to name the first equation as equation 1, then we name the second equation as equation 2. Next, we are going to make one of the variables the subject of the formula for it from either equation 1 or 2, then we substitute the value to the second equation. Now let's pick equation 2 and make either y or x the subject of the formula. So from equation 2, we are given that x minus y is equal to 16. Now let's make x the subject of the formula. So x now will be equal to 16, and when this y cross is going to change to positive y. So as you can see, x now is equal to 16 plus y. Now we're going to substitute this value to equation 1. And from equation 1, you can see square root of x plus square root of y is equal to 8. So from equation 1, we are given square root of x plus square root of y, which is equal to 8. Now we can replace the value of x as 16 plus y direct, or we work on this equation. Now we're going to do, since we have square root here and square root, what is going to come to our mind is to square both sides of the equation so that we can be able to eliminate the square root. So in equation 2, we are going to square the left hand side, we also square the right hand side. So that square root of x plus square root of y square, we are going to recall this property that say a plus b all square is the same as what? A square plus 2ab then plus b square. So applying this property, we are going to take a as square root of x, then we take b as square root of y. So we are going to get a square, and we have square root of x square. So the square is going to cancel the square root. So we are going to have only x. Then plus 2ab is going to be 2 multiplied by ab. So we have 2 multiplied by square root of x and y, because since they have the square root and also square root here, so they can be in the same one square root. So plus b square is going to be square root of y square, so the square is going to cancel the square root. We are left with y, which is going to be equal to 8 square imply 8 multiplied by 8, which is going to give us 64. Now we can replace the value of x as 16 plus y. So in place of x here, we are going to replace 16 plus y from here, then plus 2, then square root of, in place of x here also, we're going to replace 16 plus y. And remember, we have another extra y here, so this is going to be 16 plus y, then multiply by y, this initial y, then plus y, which is going to be equal to 64. So now we're going to still work on this equation. So we have 16 plus y, then plus 2 square root of 16 multiplied by y is going to give us 16y, then plus y multiplied by y is going to give us y square, then plus y, which is going to be equal to 64. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to move all these terms to the right hand side and leave this one that is having square root in the left hand side. So when we do that, we're going to remain only 2 multiplied by square root of 16y plus y square, which is going to be equal to 64. Then here we have 16. So when this 16 cross is going to be negative 16. Then y plus y is going to give us negative 2y because it's positive here. So when it crosses to the other side, it becomes negative 2y. So now we are going to have 2 square root of 16y plus y square, which is going to be equal to 64 minus 16 is going to give us 48, then minus 2y. So the next thing, we're going to divide each term by this 2, because our aims is to eliminate this square root, so we need to do away with these 2 first. So what do? So we divide each term by 2. So also this by 2 and this by 2, so that this 2 is going to cancel this 2. So we are left with just square root of 16y plus y square, which is going to be equal to 48 divided by 2 is going to give us 24. Then this 2 is going to cancel this 2. We are going to have just negative y. So what do we do next? We are going to remove the square root. So to remove the square root, we are going to square both sides of the equation. So we square the right hand side also, so that this square is going to eliminate the square root. We are going to left with just 16y then plus y square, which is going to be equal to 24 minus y all square. Applying this property, so we're going to have 24 square, then 2ab. So this is going to be, here is negative, so this is going to be negative 2ab. 2 multiplied by 24 is going to give us 48y, and this y, then plus y square is going to be the same as y square. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to try if we can cancel anything. As you can see here, we have y square, and also there's y square in the other side of the equation, so they are going to cancel. Now we need to take this 48y back to the left hand side. We're going to have 16y, and it's negative here, so if it crosses the equality sign, become positive 48y, which is equal to this 24 square. So the next thing we're going to do, we can add these two terms together because they have the same variable. So when we add them together, we're going to have 64y, which is equal to 24 square. Then we can divide both sides by the coefficient of y, which is 64, and also here we have 64. So that the 64 is going to cancel this 64. We're left with just y, which is equal to 24 square. We can write this as 24 multiplied by 24, then all over 64. Now we are going to get the value of y to be equal to 24. 8 can go into 24 3 times, then 8 can also go into 64 8 times. Then this 8 again can go into this 24 3 times. So we are left with just 3 multiplied 3. And 3 multiplied by 3 is going to give us 9. So therefore, the value of y is 9. Now, since we have got the value of y to be 9, then how are we going to get the value of x? Is by substituting this value into any of the equation. So as you can see, initially we are given equation to be square root of x plus square root of y equal to 8, and x minus y is equal to 16. And we also have another equation here, so we can call this equation 3 as what? Square root x equal to 16 plus y. So we're going to substitute the value of y into this equation, though you can substitute to any of the equation, but let's quickly substitute into equation 3. And from equation 3, we are given that what? We are given that x equal to 16 plus y. So when we replace the value of y here, is going to be x will be equal to 16 plus 9. And 16 plus 9 is going to give us x to be equal to 25. So therefore, we can say the value of y is equal to 9, and the value of x is equal to 25. So we can write that x comma y is the same as what? 25, 9. So this is the value of x and y from this given equation. Now we're going to check whether this value truly satisfies the equation by substituting 25 in place of x and 9 in place of y to the equation to see whether the left hand side is going to be the same as the right hand side. Now x is 25 and y is 9. Now let's see from the given original equation, equation 1, square root of x plus square root of y equal to 8. X to be 25. Square root of 25 is going to give us 5. Plus y is 9. Square root of 9 is going to give us 3. 5 plus 3 is going to give us 8. Therefore, it satisfies equation 1. And in equation 2, when we replace 25 here and 9 here, 25 minus 9 is going to give us 16. So therefore, the two values satisfy the given equation. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.